Do you know how to spot a market bottom? In this video, we're going to talk about one of the most powerful tools you can have in your trading toolbox, and that's how to spot a market bottom. Now listen, the method I'm about to share with you works about 80% of the time. And here's the kicker. No real market bottom has ever happened without these key signs I'm about to show you. Not one. So if you've ever felt like you're always buying too early or too late, this could be the missing piece. This clip comes from a live webinar I did for my Easy Breakouts members a few years ago. But regardless, the explanation is exactly the same as I would give you today, and it's super relevant to today's market in April 2025. Take a listen. All right, let's talk about how to spot market bottoms. Now, I'm about to show you a methodology for spotting market bottoms that works 80% of the time, and no market bottom has ever occurred without what I'm about to show you. So every single market bottom has these features of what I'm about to show you. Sometimes we get a bottom, but that bottom fails. So let's get into that. So I'm about to show you a methodology from the book, How to Make Money in Stocks by William O'Neill. And in chapter 9 of that book is a chapter on market direction. And in that book, it outlines how to spot market tops and bottoms. Obviously, today we're going to talk about bottoms, so you know when to start buying stocks again. Every single trader in my mind should read this book. I consider it the Bible of trading. This is how I got my start. This is what really made me understand how the stock market works. So when does a market bottom form? How does a market bottom form? Once the market has reached its lowest point and rallies, we start something called the day count. And by the way, I'm going to show you all of this with examples. Okay, so don't get overly hung up on the wording here. Essentially, the market is in a downtrend, and then we see that the next day, either the market opens higher, or on the lowest day, the market closes in the upper half of its range. I'm going to show you. So we're going to start this thing called a day count. Day one of a market bottom is the first day that either A, the market touches its lowest point, but it rallies and closes in the upper half of its range. Apologize for the spelling errors. I threw this together pretty quickly. So day one of a market bottom is the first day that either the market touches its lowest point and closes in the upper half of its range, or the first day the market rallies after touching its lowest point. That's the day we're going to call day one. When I say the market, I'm referring to either the Dow Jones Industrial Average, the S&P 500, or the NASDAQ. Those are the biggest indexes. Once day one occurs and the low is in place, we're looking for something called a follow-through day. A follow-through day is when just one of the indexes, the Dow Jones, the NASDAQ Composite, or the S&P 500, closes up at least 1.75% on higher volume than the previous day. This follow-through day has to happen somewhere on day 4 or later. It does not count if it happens on day 2 or 3. So we're looking for day 1. We count day 1, and then we're looking for a follow-through day on day 4 or later, not day 2 or 3. The most powerful follow-through days in history happen on day 4 through day 10. A follow-through day can happen after day 10. We've seen that before, but they are rare, and those follow-through days are usually not quite as powerful. This methodology signals the market bottom about 80% of the time, and the market has never bottomed without a follow-through day. If the market has a follow-through day, but then the market makes a new low, then all bets are off and you have to look for a new day one again. So you can actually have the bottom form, then 4 to 10 days later, you have a follow-through day, but then the market tanks and it takes out the low of day one, and that's the end of the rally.
So then you have to wait and start the whole count over again. Now, the point, this is where a market bottom forms, and it doesn't mean all systems go, buy everything in sight. It means you can tiptoe back into the market. So let's take a look at some examples. I'm going to bring up TradeStation. I want to start by looking at the NASDAQ composite, the market bottom of 2003. This is the market bottom after the tech wreck, after the bubble burst in 2000. We did not rally until 2003. So the market was in this horrible downtrend here. And this day right here, notice I have it in red, the market made a new low, but it closed in the upper half of the range. So right here would have been day one, what we call day one. So now we're looking for a follow-through day. A follow-through day is when the indexes close up 1.75% or higher on higher volume than the previous day, and that volume should be above average. This yellow line, this is the volume down here, and this yellow line is the average daily volume. Here was that low. So this would have been day one. Day two, day three. This day we did not rally 1.75 or higher. The volume was low as well. And then as time went on, we didn't get any type of big rally, and the market made a new low here on about March 11th. The NASDAQ put in a low. It broke this low, but it closed at the top. It closed at the high that day. So that started day one. This was counted as day one. Day two, day three. On day four, we traded massive, decisive volume. And on this day, the market closed up 3.8%. 3.8%, which qualified as a follow-through day. Then on this day, we had something called a confirmation day, which essentially is another follow-through day where the indexes close up. In this case, the NASDAQ closed up 3.2%, and we also traded massive decisive volume. So that started that rally in 2003 that started to take the markets up again all the way till 2007. So that's how this bottom formed in 2003, and that's our first example of the market bottom. Let's move on to market bottoms. Market bottom of 2009. So you guys remember we had a massive correction in 08, 09. The banking system almost failed. Our whole financial system almost collapsed. And I know this terminology sick of hearing, but the worst recession since the Great Depression, all that, blah, blah, blah. I hate that terminology, and it's been said too many times. But this is what the market bottom looked like. So in March, isn't that interesting? Also, this was March 10th, 2009. What's with March? Anyway, the market was in this horrible correction. It kept making new lows. It made a new low from here, and it closed on the low right here on this day. So because it closed on the low, that was the low point, but because it closed on the low, that does not count as day one. Day one is the next day when it closed higher and closed at the top half of its range. So this was day one right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, this was a day the market was up pretty big, but in fact, it would have qualified as a follow-through day, but the volume was lower than the previous day. So it did not count as a follow-through day. However, the following day, the market was up 2%, and we had this huge spike in volume. The institutions piled into the market. And then several days later, we got another confirmation day. So it was about 7 or 8 days later where we had another big follow through. So that's what the market bottom looked like in 2009. Now, most recently, 2019, If you remember, we had about a 20% meltdown at the end of 2018 going into 2019. This low happened on the day after Christmas, December 26, 2018. We're in this horrible downtrend. The market made a new low, but it closed at the high of the day. That counted as day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7. We had a spike in volume higher than the previous day and above average, and we closed up 3.3%. Now, we only need this to happen in one of the three major indexes, according to the book, How to Make Money in Stocks by William O'Neill. And this only happened on the Dow. Didn't happen in the S&P or the NASDAQ, but that doesn't matter because according to these rules, it only needs to happen in one of the three major indexes. The other two that I showed you were both the NASDAQ composite. So here's 2003, here's 2009, and here's 2019 happened in the Dow Jones Industrial Average. So those are three market bottoms I wanted to show you. I highly encourage you to get the book, How to Make Money in Stocks by William O'Neill. He goes over multiple examples of market bottoms in that book.